So you guys know that I recently created Founders Found, which I didn't really know what I was going to do with, but I knew that I wanted to share the great experience that I get to have talking to amazing founders. I've been doing that for 12 years. It's the bit that I love about my job the most, walking into someone's business, often in industries that I know nothing about, and just learning about their story. So I was like, I get to do this all the time. I've now got Awesome Train with me. I should be sharing. This. So I've got my really, really good friend Liz here, and she's going to just tell us a little bit about business. But then I'm going to ask her some actual questions that I think will be interesting for you guys. So just talk, do the how many years, what it does, and then I'm going to ask you some stuff.
Okay.
Go. Yeah. So tell us what the business is and how long.
Yeah. So we are a full service marketing, branding, design studio that have been in business now going on 23 years. 23 years.
Yeah.
So we like to say that we cover the areas of like branding. We'll do, which includes like logos, messaging. We do anything digitally, so it could be a website, a portal, email campaigns, anything in print. We do a lot of annual reports, brochures, postcards. We're in terms of being fully integrated, we do social media, and we'll oversee social media campaigns with any different channel.
Yeah.
And then we work on packaging, three-dimensional space, as well as three-dimensional physical space.
I love that.
So we can do a lot of trade shows, or I've done wallpaper even in spaces. So that we help. We were actually just talking with an engineering company. They got extra space, and they were going to make it a game room for their engineers.
Oh, cool.
And so they really wanted to incorporate like their core values on the wall and some photos. So we're constantly looking at like ideas of, is it wallpaper, is it adhesive? Like you could even see we have words on our walls that we just rubbed on. We did it ourselves. But we also have like plexi that you can take out and put stuff in. So we're constantly looking at cool ways to present that inexpensively.
And so how have you stayed in business in over 23 years in an industry that has been disrupted along the way quite significantly?
It's a good question. Well, you know what's interesting is a lot of our clients have been with us for like 10, 15 plus years. So I think it's like the quality of our work at the end of it sounds crazy, and I think it's kind of beyond that, because there are a lot of really good designers, so we always have to be on top of what's happening and what's going on, but I think so much is the relationship.
Totally.
People I've hired companies to help me and interview our clients, get some feedback, and so much is about that they like that the phone is answered, that they know who they're talking to, and it's at the end of the day, people want to like who they're working.
It's so interesting, because at the end of the day, it's all those little things. It's like when we were talking about sales, about word of mouth or referrals, and but it is like that. The clients can go. They can. There's, as you said, other talented people, probably cheaper and just as talented, but it's those little things that people are actually buying and coming back for. And I think that's actually being missed in teaching young entrepreneurs about business.
Interesting, because they're thinking it's like the tech or how fast or whatever,
and it's quick and and
working remote and
totally. I think that we don't talk. I think this is what keeps businesses in business as long as you have been in business, and I've been in business 12 years, and I would say it's the same things.
Yeah. And it's funny because we don't do the same thing, but yet at the end of the day, it's that core. Yeah.
Okay, I want to ask you something.
Okay.
All right, what do you know now that you wish you knew at some other point in your business journey? And so I didn't want to say at the beginning, because, but like, was there a time in your business that you just didn't deal with something well, or you would have made a completely different decision in hindsight?
Right. Let me think about that. I think it's just like what I realized is like to not be sensitive when people, so many people are like, I literally have a client that says, I hate that, and throws it on the floor. And I would
at least you know where you stand.
Yeah.
Okay, not be sensitive.
Yeah,
totally.
Don't cry.
I think like business hardens your skin, but I still get, when I get bad feedback, I'll get like a in my stomach.
And you know what's weird? Now I like it. Now I'm
It's
like,
like-
all right, why are they mad? Why are they upset? Let me get to the core of it. How can I talk them down? What's going on? Sometimes not even us. They're just
Yeah.
angry at their day.
Yeah.
So like, and my team will be like, I can't handle it. I'll be like, give it to me. Like
Yeah.
now I'm like.
Because an opportunity.
Yeah, exactly.
Because if you can, some of my best clients in Australia are ones where at some point we had like something go drastically wrong and
yeah.
we're on the verge of losing them,
Yeah.
and I'd had to go in and go, right, and then, you know, they're happy with the fact that you own it, and then
Yes,
you make
exactly.
it better.
And yeah, we're human. We make mistakes sometimes, or you know, sometimes I'm like, oh, that's it. Okay, easy. We can fix that.
Yeah.
So yeah, so now I like that.
Yeah,
which is
I know,
weird.
that's cool. I like it. Okay, so how has being in business impacted your personal life?
Okay, let's see.
So you were pretty young when you started your business,
Yeah.
so maybe you don't
Yeah.
really know.
I know, it's a little tough.
Yeah.
I mean, impacted my personal life.
If it has. Better, worse?
Yeah, I don't know. That's a hard one for me because, I mean, I think in some ways it's so evolved. Like when I was younger, we were talking about staying late and putting in the crazy hours. I think that as I've gotten older, I've realized the balance and how much I need a balance in my life.
Yeah.
So the business has sort of, I've gotten it into a good point where it's not affecting my personal life. Like I actually have that balance.
So at different times of your business, it has a different impact.
Yes.
Yeah.
And so it's hard to say right now, you know.
After 23 years.
Yeah.
I guess I'm noticing it now because I
Yeah.
was sort of got to that point, like did all those hours and everything, and then
Right.
wasn't having to do it.
Right.
And now I'm back in startup
Yeah.
and trying to work out, you know, having to do all those things again.
Right.
Yeah,
Right.
it's interesting. I think I was talking to a group today and realised that I've only ever been in business and been a mum, but together.
Yeah.
I've never done one without the other because I started the business when my first son was 3 months old. So I
Yeah.
don't know what it's
It's a
like to
difference.
be a mum without a business or a business without kids.
You know, it's interesting that you say this because now that I'm getting older, I'm actually in the phase where my kids don't need me as much. So I could have more time, and that's really strange as
Yeah.
well, how that works. And I've noticed like a friend of mine who's older, her daughter is now in the workforce and she's getting work from her daughter's friends. So that to me is really interesting. Talk about coming like
Oh
full
my gosh,
circle.
yeah.
She's been doing it for a while.
Start pitching to your
Yeah.
kids' friends, kids'
Exactly.
businesses.
Yeah,
I love
she's
it.
getting amazing connect. We had like one of her best years ever.
Or someone that's starting out now,
Yeah,
what
yeah.
do you think's easier or harder about starting a business in this era compared to when you started?
Yeah. Well, I think that is it easier or hard? I mean, it's like, you know, I've got the longevity of the relationships, so it's easier.
But you didn't have that when you started.
Yeah, yeah,
So
yeah.
like in talking about the era, like starting a business in this
Yeah.
era compared to like starting it in your era, like there was no
Right.
social
I
media.
just feel like it's easier now because if you just get like a social media presence, you can do something really quirky and all of a sudden you have like 1 million followers.
Totally.
You can have really good SEO and like elevate your,
Yep.
you know, I mean, you could be a one man. So I just like,
Yeah.
so it is interesting. I almost think it is easier in some ways.
Oh, I mean, I think it is absolutely easier in this era. Just even from 12 years ago for me,
Yeah,
there was no
yeah.
social media and
Yeah,
everything was just networking. That was the only way.
exactly. It was about
And then
relationships.
email
Yeah, yeah.
newsletters came out.
Yeah, yeah.
That's like, yeah, I think it's easier, but I also think that there's not as it's anyone can start a business
Yeah.
in this day and age. So I
And
think,
have it as a side hustle.
yeah.
right? You can have.
But can they
full-time job.
can they last the distance?
Yeah.
I think we've got some
Yeah.
grit in us that they might not have.
There you go.
Yeah, yeah. Going for the oldies. And finally, I want to ask you about New York. So I want you to share what you were saying before about you've been in New York your whole life,
Yeah.
which I just love because I'm totally obsessed with what your home is and have come here to make it mine. And I think it's amazing to have grown up here.
Yeah.
But talk about what it's been like and the fact that, you know, you came down here to support.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'd love just to share a little bit about what it is to be a New Yorker and be in business in New York.
Yeah. Well, what I was telling you is I completely, like, I've lived down here for over 20 years. And after 9/11, saw my neighborhood really, I saw people for the first time ever literally packing up their cars and like moving to Arizona. Like I was shocked. They weren't just temporarily leaving, they were like leaving.
Because they were hurt, like they
freaked out.
Pause. We had a slight technical issue in that I leant back whilst I was interviewing Liz and I turned off my mic, would you believe? So the sound goes a little bit downhill for the final part of this Founders Found, but the content is still so good and you can hear, so put your volume up and let's keep going.
I decided to do for myself because I've always loved the city. I love the culture, I love the people, I love the ease of getting around, like everything everybody says about New York.
Yeah.
And because I've lived downtown, I've seen it evolve, the waterfront, like it's amazing. For me, I decided to like be a part of it. But you know, New York is like, there's just, you meet every walk of life. There's so much to learn. People are really generous. I think people have a misconception. They think that we're not, we're not nice, but it's like, that's not true. It's just, people are just, they're doing their thing. It's hard when you have tourists that are walking 5 across, looking at stuff, and you want to get to work.
Yeah.
And they're blocking your way.
Yeah.
So it's like you get this reputation being rude or
but
whatever.
I found just everyone's so supportive. Everyone wants to help me.
Yeah.
I look, that's been my experience.
Mm-hmm.
What do you think about being in business here, and for someone like me who's come over to be in business here and have that privilege? Like, what are your thoughts about that?
I think it's awesome. I think if you can make it here, what they say, and I think it's just, you gotta boogie. You gotta like just keep getting out there and meeting people, and you'll start to see there are certain people that are good connectors, and that they'll help you and carry you, and it's just you can't really rest on your laurels.
You gotta get amongst it.
Yeah.
You gotta get on the dance floor.
Yeah, exactly. You
Yeah.
just gotta keep moving and like trying to meet those right people.
Yeah, I think so too. It's an incredible place.
It's hard to get a start, you kind of need people.
Yeah, I'm certainly finding that. I'm really respecting my network in Australia, like thinking, oh my gosh, that 11 years or bigger, longer than that, but in business, that still feeds business. And I think, wow, I probably didn't value, that longevity and that network, and coming here and starting again and really having no network and then, you went with a business that relies so much on referral, getting those enough opportunities to get a start, to then get that momentum. It's taking a lot longer than I planned, but I know everything does. But
and all it takes is that one.
And so what do you foresee the next 10 years to be?
For what?
For you?
For me? That's a good one. I see myself as more of like a consultant and to my team here.
Yeah.
I would love like an employee-led organization where I can just, work remotely. Would help on the high strategy level, or when there's problems. I met a company that their founder had like a 5-year plan of backing out, but helping them. The employees bought him out. And I was like, I love that model. And they were so energized and so excited, but yet they still wanted his expertise.
Yeah.
And so he gradually, pulled back, but worked remotely so they could get on their feet. And that to me would be awesome.
Yeah.
I love designing. I love helping.
I think that's probably a strategy for Australia. That's a good strategy.
Yeah.
To talk about that more.
Yeah. It's a cool idea. I've started talking. I have a couple of friends, at their 15-year mark with their businesses, they're starting to elevate some of their employees to partners, with that thinking in mind.
Yeah.
So I think it's a cool idea, so you're still helping,
Yeah.
but you don't have to be in the day-to-day.
I like that.
And also, it would be great to be able to hand it over to this team of people that helped you get to where you are,
Yeah.
So it's like a win-win in my
I think so.
opinion.
They keep it going for you. Keep the legacy going.
Yeah.
That's why I had to ask you.
Okay.
I know I'm taking longer.
No, what time is it? I don't
This
even
is
know.
like 10 to 5, sorry.
That's fine, that's fine.
But that's cool.
Yeah,
Guys.
we lost them.
our service is just
I know.
bitch sometimes.
I know.
A lot of the time.
I know. All right.
Thanks, babe.
Take care.
All right.
Nice to meet you
See you
guys.
soon. Yeah. I'm just closing out. Look, there she is. I'll close out with her. So this is an example of sustainable business, which is what I'm all about. Businesses that can be be around for a long time, not quick and
female owned.
And female owned.
Even
there you
harder.
have it. Oh my God, even harder.
Round it out.
Round that, and that's all we have to say. Like, look at that. Look at this. Amazing. Thank you.
Oh, you're welcome.
Phew.